Okay, guys, you bought your FX3 or FX30 and it's first scene. What you want probably to know about that, what SD card should I use? And most likely you upgraded to this camera from something simpler like Sony's ZV-E10. This is one of really nice Vogue style camera. And by the way, I did a lot of job with this as well. But here is FX3 and what do I need to choose and what SD cards I need to use. First of all, what you need to know, and it's really for the beginners, you can see that each card has this V number. And this one is V30. This one is V60. Here you can see this. And this one is V90. And this one is actually pretty expensive. And at the same time, it won't give you everything that you would be able to get out of this camera. But what the limitation actually are and what's the difference? Let's start with the 4K. So you bought your camera to film everything in 4K, putting it in, and we turn it on to 4K. And I would say the only codec that I would recommend you to use this one. And we are going to movie settings. And here in movie settings, I want to film everything in 4:2 10-bit. And the frame rate, 25 frames per second. That which okay for any, let's say, interviews when you film something for a tripod. So we choose the settings and we click record and it's working. So we can use V60 cards with no problem with these settings. But what if we want to film in 50 frames per second? Go to 50 frames per second. We see that it's going to be 200 megabytes per minute probably, and go back, close, click record, and we still can record. So V60 card work nicely for any scenes that you want to film in 4K up to 50 frames per second, 4:2 10-bits. Brilliant. Why do we need to pay more? Let's go to a very interesting mode. And before we'll go there, let's set it up. It's slow motion mode. And in slow motion mode, right now, what settings? We have 4:2 8-bit, and we want to film in 100 frames per second and render that in 25 frames per second. Let's try to film this in this speed. So we need to switch to slow motion mode and click OK, click record, and that's working. Brilliant. So you would be able to do most of your jobs with V60 card, your old card from previous camera, with no problems. But what if you would like to upscale and go to, let's say, 4:2 10-bit? And this is a problem. To perform shooting with these settings, use a memory card higher than V90 or memory card higher than CF Express. Let's take a look. It says that you wouldn't be able to film in 4:2 with V60 and you need to go higher than V90. What does that mean? Will V90 actually work better than V60? Will that actually work? Would I be able to film 4:2 10-bit in slow motion like we wanted to? Let's go again, check this setting, choose this, close, and choose, yeah. Okay, click. Yes, with V90, we're able to film this in 4:2 10-bits in slow motion, but what if we want more? What other things we want to get out of this camera? Can we render this in 50 frames per second? So it will be 2 times slower. Most likely, yes. Yeah, it's working. So nothing really changed, but another thing happened. Last check, guys. Would we be able to film with V90 in 100 frames per second and render these in 100 frames per second? Yes or no? Yeah, we can. Let's just check it. We film this and let's take a look if that works. Yep. So V90 actually is all what you need. And if you have something like V30, unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to use your FX30 or FX3 properly and get all the benefits from those cameras with this one. But the next important thing that you might really benefit from, this is another type of cards, and I'm going to do an unboxing video in the next one and discuss and check what we'll be able to get out of this baby.